let's go. Looks like it is Chinese New Year in the game, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Valentine's Day because, oh boy, it's looming. We're 1 week out. So, hi, I'm a florist. That is my day job. I do the flowers. And this time of year is absolutely the busiest and the most. There are other times of year, other days that can get a little hectic. You know, in the US at least, see prom, Easter can be up there. Mother's Day is definitely the second biggest flower holiday out there. But Valentine's Day is something, let's say it's something special. I can't think of a better word for it. It is something special. So, I guess if you're out there, if you're watching, if you've got some questions, I can answer them. Otherwise, I'm just gonna talk broadly about Valentine's, about flowers, about all of that business. I have been doing the flowers thing for a good handful of years. My experience isn't universal by any means. I've done, let's see, I've worked in a smallish town flower shop. I have worked in now a slightly bigger, well, not big city, but slightly bigger sort of city flower shop. And yeah, regardless of all that, it's always Valentine's. It's always, Valentine's is always the big one. Oh, I'm in poison. So yeah, I guess, heck, what is there to say exactly? I'm a little bit lost without, knowing what to bring up. That's a curiosity. Well, I guess there's sort of just a general description of what Valentine's Day looks like for us. Broadly speaking, the busiest time is, it ramps up rapidly in the week leading up. Some people will get on top of the ball and they will order flowers if they're after flowers very early on. That is not most people, that's relatively rare. I'd say most people who are gonna get flowers probably get them somewhere in, oh, what would it be? The week before, broadly speaking. And then it just kind of picks up right until, like, the day before, and those are the people who are really running late. But yeah, you can get your flowers, like, the day before, and, that's probably our busiest day. Because the way it works is we will go ahead and we will make flowers the day before they're actually going to go out. So on the 13th, the people designing flowers, which is going to be me, get to stay until pretty much as much is done as possible. Oh, bugger. I wish I could just squish these little plant things. Anyhow, bugger. Jeez. Alright. Those things hurt, and I hate them, and there's no way to get rid of them except by using melee, which means they can damage you, no matter what. Anyway. Yeah, the 13th right now to me is like, I'm going to be at work, potentially, for maybe upwards of I don't know, 12 hours, 13 hours, just until it is done, or at least done enough that we aren't going to be going in early on Valentine's morning going, oh no, we have like hundreds of things still to do and it all has to be out today. That's another thing, is it's the reason why Valentine's is kind of like that, as opposed to like Mother's Day even, is everything has to be done in the one day. You get a few people who are like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna send them, like, I want to send it on the 13th, I want to send it on the 12th, you know, various reasons, personal or otherwise. Maybe it's like the person who's getting the flowers works one day, doesn't work a day, and it just makes more sense for whatever reason for it to go on a different day for them. And, bless them. It helps so much when it can be spread out a little bit. Yeah. Florists really appreciate it when, for Valentine's Day especially, you kind of go, you know what? I don't think I want this on the 14th. Could you deliver it, like, a few days before? And it's like, oh hell yeah, we're spreading out the business. Okay, good. We don't have to run that delivery in addition to our very, 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 very many others on the same day. It's another thing. It's always Valentine's Day, you get extra help. There are people who only work, like, holidays, and just do, like, temporary work like that. And those people usually come in, like, Valentine's, Mother's Day, things like that, and just, like, take care of the phones, or a few of them who might have, like, training and practice and stuff in actually doing flower design, they might, like, step in and help with the design and stuff. In my experience so far, it's mostly been either, like, former employees who still, like, live in the area, still have a little bit of time, are willing to help out, able to help out, stuff like that. But occasionally... Oh, I'm sorry, Dodo. Occasionally it might be, like... Bugger! Ha! Occasionally it might be something like, I don't know, somebody who, oh, bugger. Ha! I lost what I was doing or saying. Like a friend of the family, that sort of thing. Like somebody the owners of the flower shop know personally. Like, my first job, there were people like, oh yeah, this is like their daughter-in-law who's gonna help on the phones and stuff like that. Now, because these people typically only work like once or twice a year, few days here, few days there, that sort of thing, sometimes there's, I don't know, interesting little, differences in how they handle things versus how somebody who's regularly an employee would handle things. I don't know, it works out, and it's really helpful to have them. But, basically, if you're someone who's ordering flowers, like, right around Valentine's Day, and you get somebody who maybe doesn't seem to know, like, everything and needs to go ask questions if you have something complicated, that's probably why. They might not be somebody who works there all the time, like, they can help you, but yeah, if you're sitting here going, okay, I want to know, like, this very specific order, like, what it takes, what it costs, can I get it, etc., what's the availability? The answer could be, I don't know initially. The answer could be, let me go and ask somebody and find out. Of course, that could be the case, regardless at any other time. Well, where'd you come from? But something to just keep in mind, I guess, if you are somebody who is likely to want to purchase flowers this time of year for someone. Whee! Let's get out of here. Oh gosh, what else is there? Huh. Want to learn about order gatherers? I realize nobody's watching, but somebody might in the future. So, order gatherers. This is more of a thing for if you are, like, sending flowers long distance. And so you don't necessarily, like, know what kind of florists are there. You're not going there in person. It is purely, like, an online or, at best, over-the-phone experience. That sort of thing. What on earth? I think those are red envelopes on the ground. Hold on. Must be the... Oh, this must be the New Year's thing. Yeah, online or over the phone or whatever. Now, the way that kind of works is, you do the Google, you go, okay, what is a florist in XYZ town? What is a florist in such and such place? Now, in most cases, you can kind of just go, okay, you know, florist in I don't know, Whoville. Florist in Whoville. And it'll come up and tell you, okay, here are these florists in, or at least in the local vicinity of Whoville. Here's the thing. Not all of your results are going to be actual florists, let alone ones in Whoville. What order gatherers are and do is they kind of create another middleman in between you and getting the flowers to someone. And they do that by basically having their website automatically pop up, usually as a sponsored result in a Google search, regardless of where you are searching. So you can search, like, you know, florists in Whoville over here, but you can also have another browser tab open and search florists in other city over there. And you will get some of the same results between them. You will get identical things that are popping up as if they were a florist actually there. They are not. They are businesses whose entire model operates on basically having a florist website, as it were, taking calls and online orders from people, and then kind of taking a service charge of sorts out of it, and then actually finding and calling a florist in the actual place or near the actual place that you're trying to reach and going, hey, we have an order for this and that, at usually a lower cost than what you paid because they've got to take their service charges out of it. And they're like, yeah, you pay them, I don't know, $60 for flowers. And then they call the florist and go, hey, we've got $50 including whatever your delivery charge is. So, like, if your delivery charge is $10, then you get $40 for flowers to, here is this, like, we're describing the specific thing that this person ordered off of our website. Can you do it with, like 3 white lilies and some blue delphinium and some orange roses and stuff like that? And you're like, hold on. There is no actual way for us to make the thing you are describing with the amount of money that you are giving us to do it. That is not possible. They don't care. They don't care. As long as something gets out there. And the thing is, when the actual florist delivers the order, their name is on the order. Their name is usually like a little on the card or whatever it might be. And so if, say, you order something, and then you get a, oh, thank you from the recipient and a picture of the order or something like that, and it is not at all what you ordered, because number one, the florist who was filling it actually, you know, does not have that as as an order that they make, so they probably don't know exactly what was asked for aside from a verbal description, which could be loose. And also, they were given a lower dollar amount than what you paid, and also there is no reason at all for them to have accurate pricing anyway. Yeah, you'd be a little upset, and you'd be like, potentially, oh, hey, who did this? Yeah, and then maybe the actual florist who filled it gets the angry response, the angry complaint, because, oh no, this is bad. These flowers are bad. It's like, we did our best. We were given like $40 and like a wish for the moon. So yeah, in my experience, a lot of florists will outright refuse order gatherers anymore just because it tends to have bad results. That being said, they still try, and oh boy do they try. I can remember times in, oh gosh, the first flower shop I worked in, where basically we were told, yeah, do not take any orders from these companies, from these people. To the point that, like, if we saw their name on the caller ID, we would not answer, or we'd answer and immediately hang up. And so they started spoofing fake caller IDs until we started learning those. It's like, oh, an order from like, I don't know, Jack's Hospital or whatever. I don't think that's a hospital on the other end. Yeah. It was always a load of fun. I say in the most sarcastic way possible. Yeah, broadly speaking, if you have doubts and you are ordering long distance or anything like that, and you want to make sure you get an actual florist who actually knows what they're actually doing, just open 2 tabs, search florists in the area you're trying to send, and also search florists in some other city. Doesn't matter what city. And then compare the results. Another simpler way can be to make sure you scroll down until you see the list of results that have a Google map next to it. Those are the ones that have actual, like, brick and mortar shops there. Now, it is entirely possible that there is no florist in the area where you are trying to send. Because sometimes it's just, you know, the town is too small. It's not got a florist there. Yeah, in those cases, there's not a lot you can do aside from trying to broaden the search results to outlying towns, and then doing the frustrating and mortifying ordeal, I am so sorry, of basically trying to call various other various shops there and go, hey, can you deliver to such and such place? Is that possible? I don't think I have an orb lantern. It's a +5 glow. I do not. No, what I need is a pickaxe. Okay. Right. So yeah, that's, I highly recommend actually doing the extra legwork for that. It is, you genuinely want to get an actual florist in the actual area to have a higher chance of actually getting what you want and what you want sent out and everything. Also, like, okay, so there is a mechanic of sorts with actual florists that is similar to order gathering, but at the very least is more transparent, and that is called wire outs. Now, wire outs are basically like, I'd say they're more often done or requested by older folks. Not unilaterally, but mostly. And what a wire out is you go into your local florist and you go, I want to send flowers to such and such a place long distance. Now, your local florist obviously is not going to get in their delivery van and drive for X hundred miles to get something there physically. They cannot do that. That's not going to happen. What they can do is they can look either in a florist network in their system that they have, or they can look online and call a different florist for you in that area. And they will go, okay, you know, I've got a customer here who wants this, who wants to spend this amount of money, including whatever your delivery charge might be, and they usually will kind of go, okay, so the delivery charge is probably in the ballpark of this, that, the other thing, if they don't know exactly. You know, I got somebody here who wants this. Whoops, dang. Can we get this out there? And there is a service fee for that, of some amount at least. And that is just basically to cover the fact that the florist you've gone to, an employee is doing that work and taking that time, despite not actually getting, like, a direct order there. So, you know, there's got to be something there. I'd say the biggest difference with the order gatherers is that usually the florist is going to let you know, yeah, this is a service fee for doing this, etc. And so it's at least a little bit more upfront as far as that goes. And frankly, you don't have to go to your local florist for this. You could look it up yourself. You are making a choice basically to go, usually, again, older people who are more used to that florist or whatever, to go, yeah, I'm more used to working with you. I don't want to do the further legwork of looking up a different florist in a different area. Can you please just do this for me? Did I just pick up the spike traps? I think I did. I did. Dang. Alright. But yeah, honestly, you know, I'll do the I'll do the, not order gather, I'll do the wire out stuff for somebody. I vastly prefer and often recommend, if possible, and if you have the time and inclination and stuff, and if you're after something specific, call the actual flower shop yourself. Like, I will give people their number, I will, like, let them know, hey, this is an actual flower shop in this area, try them. And it's usually something that I'll recommend to people who are, again, after something real specific. Who are sitting there going, what kinds of plants are available? Because at that point, I'm like, buddy, I'm about to call somebody halfway across the country in a totally different flower shop with totally different, like, goods and stock and things like that. I don't know what plants they have available. I don't know what flowers they have in stock. I do not know if they have your super special purple calla lilies that you want in your arrangement. Here's a phone number, please call them and talk to somebody who represents them. Because, I don't know, I hate being in a situation where somebody asks for something specific, and I don't know if it can be fulfilled. And so I have to sit there and go, sure, I'll ask. And then if it turns out that, oh, you know, we don't have that, and we are not going to get that for, like, we can't get that in the time period it takes to make the order. I do not want to have to call a customer back and explain this and do phone tag back and forth. I don't want to do that. It's so much simpler if somebody just, like, has the number, calls the shop, finds that out for themselves, and then can make the decision on the spot as to whether they want to actually, you know, get something else, what sort of something else, all of that stuff. And it's just like, oh, it's so much less stressful for all parties involved, I think. Not just me, but, like, the other florist, the customer in question, everything. So yeah, that's my take on the whole wire out thing. If you can do the legwork yourself, it is good to do the legwork yourself. However, if you're doing the legwork yourself and doing the Google search for florists and stuff, use caution and double check against a different Google search or something like that in a different city and see if any of the results are duplicates, because if there are duplicates, there aren't exactly, shall we say, a lot of chain type florists. Most florists are small, independently owned shops. So if you're seeing the same quote-unquote florist pop up for multiple results in multiple places that are very far physically removed from each other, that might not be a florist. That might be an upcharge disguised as a florist. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Just be aware that that is a thing that exists. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I'd say just, like, broadly speaking, if you're doing, like, the flower stuff, if you're getting the flowers for somebody, I guess just, like, be aware that not all of your wishes might come true, especially a busy time of year like this. Like, any florist will be, like, willing to do what they can, broadly speaking. But some things cannot be done. Like, we are very reliant on a lot of other stuff going fairly smoothly. Like, oh, you want this kind of flower. Well, if it's a common flower, we probably have it. Hopefully we don't run out because of increased demand. Hopefully there's not some weird thing that, like, suddenly a whole bunch of them get spoiled because, you know, flowers are... They spoil, they run out. They go bad, you know, they're perishable goods. And, a lot of stuff can change just based on the situation. So yeah, you can go real fast from having, like, a whole bucket of stock to, oh god, half of it went moldy because of some sort of situation outside control. This does not happen often, but, oh man, the last flower shop I worked, there was one year where, like, the worst thing possible could have happened with the worst timing. Like, a few days before Valentine's, the cooler malfunctioned. And it froze everything inside of it. Flowers do not freeze well. They do not react well to being frozen. If a flower freezes, it will look good as long as it is frozen. And then as soon as it thaws, it goes yuck. It goes gooky and brown and rotten. And that is no good for anybody involved. So basically, the entire cooler of flowers was ruined. I don't remember how we made it through that Valentine's Day. I think there were some, like, emergency short notice orders put into the wholesalers. Somehow we made it. But oh man, that one was rough. Let's see. Okay. I guess we're starting with the heartberries. Let's see, what else is there to say about Valentine's Day specifically? Probably quite a lot that I'm just not thinking of because it's so normal to me. Heck, I think I already mentioned this, but, you want to know what hours are like for work? Alright, so this varies by place, and it varies quite a bit. Like the old place that I used to work, hours around Valentine's were always extended, just for working, not so much for the business being open. That basically remained unchanged. But every day, like in the last few days in the week leading up to Valentine's, we came in earlier and we stayed later. Like 3 days before Valentine's, I would be coming in like, say at 8 or something, and then 2 days before it was 7:30, and then like the day before it was 7 or 6 or something ridiculous like that. And you just stay until everything is done. Now, sometimes that means that if everybody is kind of moving quickly and efficiently and there's not like too much last minute or anything, you get out of there like, I don't know, 7 or 8 at night. Maybe even earlier. Maybe you could get out of there at 6 or 6:30. That was fun. That's nice. That's always good. The day before Valentine's is gonna be like the longest and latest in many cases. Fun fact, Valentine's Day itself, actually not that bad. And I think that's because by the time Valentine's Day rolls around, number one, you've done everything that you could have the day before. Everything that was like pre-ordered that could possibly have been done ahead of time has been done. So you're really only doing either what was left behind the day before for various reasons, like you didn't have something and you're waiting for like the last final day shipment of extra flowers or something like that. You ran out of, you got to the point, end of the day, where it's like, okay, we got like 6 orders left. We're doing these tomorrow morning so we can get out of here now. Let's go. It's fair enough. I'll take it. Or you're just doing things that come in on that day, and broadly speaking, by the time you get about halfway through the day, by the time you hit lunch, almost everybody who is going to order flowers for Valentine's has done so. And so, in my experience at least, business drops off very precipitously on Valentine's Day itself. It's like, if you can get about halfway through Valentine's Day, you're probably smooth sailing from there, and you will be leaving on time on that day in all likelihood, unless something extremely last minute comes up. Doesn't happen often, but technically is possible, you know? It's always the possibility of somebody forgetting or just not having time for whatever reason and kind of showing up like 3 p.m. on Valentine's Day like, I gotta get flowers. And it's like, oh buddy, where were you a week ago? If you come in last minute like that, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to make do with whatever is left in the cooler at the end of the day. There is no miraculously getting in more stuff at that point. If all of the red roses have sold, you will not be getting any red roses. It just will not be able to happen. Alright, let's see what this guy has. Lucky coins. Huh. Alright, what do we do with the red envelopes in order to make... Use open container. Gotcha. Okay. That's how I get lucky coins. Not all of them become coins, I think. Oh, some become multiple. That's okay. Yeah. Nice. Alright. Folding screen. Dragon mask. Cool. Wallpaper lantern. Aww. Guardian beast statue. I like that. Mystic knot tassel. Do you just hang it from something? It can be painted. Paper lantern. I love all that. Potted tree, red envelopes, and a lucky cat. Oh, I like everything too much. You know what? I think we need a guardian beast statue because I want to make a museum. Definitely want some lanterns. I want to find out what this is. I'll take a folding screen. I'll take a leaf. I'll take a... I'll take a lucky cat. Why not? I don't really care for the dragon mask, but that's okay. Cool. Okay. That'll do for now. I'll come back. Oh, let's see. I think my stuff's getting kind of full. not mean to break that. Oh, this one freestands. Gotcha. Oops. Nice. No, that's too big. I do not want it there. There we go. Okay. Oh, I think that the Guardian statue actually needs to go in here. Yes! 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 Perfect. This is exactly what it needed. Oh, heck yeah. Alright. So I think the next order of business is really to just go north again. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to say about floristry. Other than, oh god, oh god, oh god, this next week. You know, I work every day this next week. Full shifts and, like, again, 12 to 13 plus hours on, like, Thursday, the day before Valentine's. An extra, like, I don't know, an extra 1 hour or so on Valentine's Day itself, just for getting there earlier than usual, but we'll probably close on time, so yay! And it's gonna be a time. It's just gonna be a time. That's just how it goes. Why is something showing up red on that map? I do not know. So yeah, technically I don't work the Sundays of this month. However, I am aware that between the lead up to this next week and the follow up to this next week, I am not going to want to do anything except for, except for, like, take a nap and probably do necessary things like food prep and stuff like that, just to get me through that week and then to recover from it. So technically I willingly canceled the streams on a couple of the Sundays. The other two were just bad luck of me having to get other things done on specifically those days, and therefore being unavailable to stream on them. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Man, they move fast. Ah. Anyhow. Whee! Yeah, I've stopped talking because my brain stopped working. So frankly, if there are... Oh, god damn. If there are any actual curiosities or anything of the sort about Valentine's Day, then I will, or florist business in general, I guess, I will absolutely take them because I could use some prompts for just what is of interest, what is not a known factor. Because I can guess at some things not being common knowledge. I cannot guess at all things. Mostly because I've just been doing this for so long that a lot of it is kind of, how to put this? A lot of it has become sort of second nature. Sort of, I know this, goddamn. A sort of thing where it's like, I know this to the depth and extent that I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's a thing, it's a fact. Nothing special about it, you know? And that is not always the case. And I'm aware of that, so. Yeah, I can guess at some things, just like the whole order gatherer thing. Just because it kind of crops up sometimes. And if it was common knowledge, I would not run into it so much. They probably would not be able to make it quite as well. Well, I assume. Maybe people would still use them even if they knew. But like, you're getting less bang for your buck in a lot of ways when you go with them. I think I just saw that thing pop into existence. Oh no, it's shooting. Gotcha. Yeah. Otherwise, if there's nothing more for me to say, then we're just gonna have a nice, chill, quiet, calm stream where I don't have to worry about what is to come. Because, God, I'll take it at this point. Huh. I seem to have picked up most of this stuff. Or my inventory's full, rather. Okay. Oh, I love this little gardeny area with the trees and stuff. Ah, so happy. So nice. You know, what I need is an instant teleportation pad between this and my base. It's just so far. So far to have to run. Okay, what's up here? If anything? Anything at all? Ooh. I'm finding an awful lot of these flower containers. Want to hear the story of, like, the worst customer complaint I ever got? And I think it was, like, on a Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure it was one of those big holidays, and I think it was Valentine's, not Mother's Day. The worst customer complaint ever was when I was at a different flower shop, and we had our own like website and flower specials and stuff like that. Woo! That's a problem. No, thank you. So basically everything was just was from that florist, and it wasn't like the big flower shop networks or anything like that. Now, there was a flower arrangement that had pink in the name. Let's just say it was something like, I don't know, Pretty Pink Princess or something like that. But it specifically had the word pink, and it was mostly pink. It had, like, the pink roses, it had, like, little pink and white carnations or daisies or something like that. And it also, in the picture, and this is important, had a flower called stalk. And the stalk was purple, and honestly, the stuff that, the stalk that we had when we first designed it and took the picture and everything like that, put it on the website, was not the best stalk. It was fine, it was, perfectly functional, but sometimes you get flowers in and they are, sometimes sparser and sometimes thicker than others. They are a natural thing. They vary greatly, which is a reason why you should never ever assume that you are going to get exactly what is pictured. Well, one of the reasons. There's another very important one. We'll talk about that later. But the stalk was, fairly sparse, so it was only like a touch of purple at like the back and top of the arrangement because it's a taller flower. Now, we, on that Valentine's, got in our order of like regular supply flowers and stuff, including some stalk. The stalk that we got that Valentine's was glorious. It was thick. It was full. It was the chonkiest stalk I have ever seen, I think. It was so good, and we were sitting there like, oh, this is excellent. This is gonna be great. There are, basically, people are gonna get some bang for their buck in anything that has stalk in it. Like, it is the perfect situation, because you 100% do not want to have a day where, especially Valentine's or something like that, where it's like, yeah, we technically have this, but it's like sadder than usual. Now, this is pure opposite. It was beautiful. Anyhow, get an order for the Pretty Pink Princess thing. We make it. The stalk goes in, and because it is chunky and thick and full, visually it is quite a lot. And it's like, oh, it's so good. It's so much better than the original picture. Send it out. Get a call later on from the person who ordered, who is beside himself with inability to articulate just how, like, absolutely awful it is that his pretty pink flower arrangement wasn't pink. And he's just constantly going on, it's called pretty pink, it's called the pink, it's called pink, there's pink, it's pink, do you not know what pink is? Do you not know what pink is? How do you not know what pink is? It's not pink. And it's just like, oh my god, man, calm down. You okay, yeah, you want something lower value? Sure, we'll remake it. And we took it out there, we took the old arrangement back, and we gave them one with less stock in it. Nothing we said could get through to this man that he was getting better than what was pictured, because it wasn't pink. How dare it not be pink? The other pink flowers were perfectly intact and were definitely present. It's just that there was more purple in it than was on the website picture. I will never forget that man. The sheer unmitigated horror of him getting purple in the flower arrangement that he ordered for whoever it was he ordered for. Just absolutely incredible. So yeah, you also occasionally get to deal with, customers. Because as much as I dislike it, this is still a customer-facing job. Like, I can be doing all sorts of flower arrangements and stuff in the back. At the end of the day, if I have to pick up the phone, there's a chance. There is a chance that I am going to be talking with someone who has no idea what's going on and thinks it's my fault. Oh god, had another one of those sorts of things, like when I first started the newer job at this flower shop I'm at right now. And then, like, I'm learning the new system, they've got their own website and everything, so I'm learning all that. And like, I don't know if it was one of the first calls that I took on my own, which is extremely unfortunate. And it was this lady with a complaint, very upset, because she ordered such and such arrangement online, and she got a picture of it from the person she sent it to, and it just was not what she ordered, was not what she saw. They didn't have, like, the right fancy container, they didn't have most of the flowers, etc. And number one, these are things that just kind of unfortunately happen, depending on what it is, because, like, let's be honest here. It is entirely possible for you to see something online and order it, and for the florist to just not have the pictured flowers in stock. This is a thing that happens. Because you cannot physically have every single flower and container that is pictured, especially if you're part of a wire service that, like, makes their own, like, prescribed arrangements and stuff, and then has you sell them, or, you can opt in, opt out, whatever, which ones individually, but still, it happens. Sometimes substitutions have to be made because you just do not physically have the thing. Anyhow, that said, this lady's going on about it, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull up the orders so that I can actually, have the information up as well. And I search her name as customer. She's not in there. I search every variant of her name she can give me. Not in there. I search the recipient's name. Not in there. I search by her phone number. Not in there. We do not have a single order from this lady, online or otherwise. I ask her for, like, the order confirmation number from, like, an email she would have gotten. Not in there. And it's just like, hold on. Did you actually order? Yes, I ordered from your website. I ordered from this website. Da, 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 da. She insisted she would not hear anything otherwise other than she ordered from our website. I look on our website. We don't even offer the flower arrangement that she has said she bought. So at this point, it's like, okay. You did not order from our website. It is not possible for you to have ordered from our website. Physically, it could not have been done. Oh, she would not hear it. She would not hear it at all. It was incessantly that she ordered from us, and we had to fix it. We had to fix what was wrong. And it's like, at a point, we can't. Genuinely, we cannot. Because we don't have the order or record of it or anything of that sort. And it's like... And what I think happened with hindsight and the knowledge that I have now is I think that whenever she probably did not type in the actual website address. She probably searched the name of the flower shop on Google, which can work. However, that will give you not only the actual flower shop, it'll give you any result that Google thinks is even remotely related. So it will give you the various flower shop networks that are linked to that florist. It'll give you, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Right, walls. It'll give you things like, oh, hey, here's like a whole bunch. Here's a whole row of results at the very top under the shopping category. Especially if you put in something like flowers or florist or something like that into the search. And it'll have a row of results across the top of the search results that have nothing to do with the actual florist you searched. And it'll show you pictures of flower arrangements with little text underneath saying where the actual source is. So it is there, you can tell. But if you do not stop, and if you do not look, and if you are so certain that you Googling the specific name of a florist is going to give you nothing but results for that florist, which it does not, then yeah, I can see how somebody would see that row of results, pictures of flowers, and go, ooh, I want that one. Click. And next thing you know, it's not going to the florist you wanted it to. It's going to somebody else. Who knows? It's probably just going to go to whoever's in that flower shop network's portfolio, and they pick one in the area, and off it goes. God, I could not get her to realize that she did not order from our website, and we did not make the order, and we could do nothing. We didn't have her money. We couldn't do a refund. We didn't have her information. We didn't make that delivery. We did not have anything on that. We were not involved at all. Our involvement basically ended before it even reached us when she typed our flower shop's name into the Google bar and did not look further and did not think further. Oh, God. So yeah, double check yourself when you Google things. Really, honestly. See where the actual source is for the thing you're clicking on. It is not always what you think it is. Excuse me, getting a little drink of water. Alright, let's see. I would like some stone doors. I think I'd like some stone floors. Oh, very classic customer. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no getting around the I know I'm right in some people. Because, you know, I think it was something like, oh, my daughter gave me your address, your thing. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I got nothing. It was an interesting first experience for me, like, answering the phone there. Like, I'd been doing floral stuff before then, so I wasn't, like, completely floundering. But, you know, I'm new to the system. I don't know how their website exactly works. Oh, boy. I think I've had, like, one other person so far that's done something similar. Was so certain that he was on our website. No, was not. Was absolutely not. Ah. You do what you can. Sometimes is not enough. Okay. Oh wait, I want furniture. Ha! I think. Can I not make the stone plinths? Oh well, maybe not. Oh boy. So, aside from customer stuff, right, I was gonna bring up, basically why you don't want to or can't, in some ways, fully trust the pictures of flowers that you see online. Okay, so, one part of it isn't so much not trusting the pictures, it is just understanding that what you see is not necessarily going to be, you are not going to get exactly the thing that you are seeing, is the way I'd want to put it. And the reason for that is just down to the raw reality that flowers are natural things. Flowers will grow in weird or unusual ways. You will get something where it's like, yeah, when they made up the sample for this, when they made up the thing that we're taking a picture of, you know, they had like, I don't know, yellow daisies in it. And the yellow daisy stem that they used had 4 blossoms on it. Well, when that thing gets made for an order, it is a different yellow daisy. And the thing is, that yellow daisy could just be... It could be just, it could have 4 flowers. It could have 6. You could get more or less than expected. And it's purely based on, sheer dumb luck. They vary. They vary in color, they vary in size, they vary in, like, thickness, texture, anything like that. And so if you kind of are out there, I guess, expecting flowers to be as homogeneous as, like, something made artificially, you're gonna have kind of a bad time. Because that's just not how flowers work. So there's that level of things. On a different level, there's also the fact that sometimes a florist just doesn't have something in stock. And no amount of, oh, but you're a florist, you have to have this, that, or the other thing if it's on your website. No, you physically can't. There's a point at which it's like, yeah, you can display like a dozen different arrangements or something, whatever, on your website. That does not mean that you physically have on hand every single flower from that's visible. So, you know, substitutions have to happen. You ran out of the yellow spider mums that are, you know, front and center in this arrangement. You just do not have any, and you will not have any for probably, like, until the next time the wholesaler's truck can get there. Who knows when that'll be. That varies quite a bit. So, okay. The alternative is basically, hey, we can do something in a different color. We can do something in, yeah, there's a very much a gap between the people who grow the flowers and then the people who tend to actually make the flowers. I'd say it's, I don't know if there are florists out there that are directly attached to the greenhouse. It's possible. I would not sit here and say, oh no, that never happens, because I can be wrong about that. But in my experience, there are two very different things. And so you just gotta understand that. But yeah, we'll do this a little substitution. We'll do a white one that maybe gets dyed yellow, or we'll just do like a bunch of yellow daisies, or maybe a different but close enough color overall. There we go. Don't think I want that. There we go. There we go. So yeah, there's that. The other thing. The other thing about flowers and what to expect is that if the arrangement is made by some sort of professional, like, one of those big florist group companies, things like FTD and Teleflora and stuff like that. There is a sort of photography trick that is done when the flowers are basically put together for display and marketing and stuff. And it's a similar trick to what's done, if you've ever seen the stuff where with like fast food hamburger joints and stuff, where it's like they'll take half the patty and they'll fold it on top of the other half of the patty and just photograph the front of the burger, and it looks so much thicker and taller in the advertising materials on the posters and stuff than what you get in reality, even though it is, quote unquote, the same amount of food in the photo as is actually in the burger. They just kind of stacked it a little bit differently. Similar stuff tends to be done with the flower arrangements in those marketing photos, in those online photos. A lot of the time, you will see in the photo every single flower that exists in the arrangement. So if there are 5 roses in an arrangement, you will look at the photo and you will see all 5 roses clustered to like the front of the vase. On the one hand, this does mean that you can kind of look at a photo and, broadly speaking, be able to go, there's this many of this many of that, etc. However, it runs very much afoul of a, there's this artistic principle called closure, which basically means that, generally speaking, you can rely on a viewer's mind to fill in blanks of things that are overlapped by other things, or things that run off the edge of the canvas, or, you know, things like that. You broadly know that, hey, you know, I put the cursor over, like, the connection point of that little shovel icon where the head connects to the stem. Your brain will look at that, and it will go, yes, but the stem of that shovel in that icon continues up to the head behind the pointer. I know what goes there. Closure can also kind of be used to assume a backside of an object that is meant to be 3D, and you know is meant to be 3D, but you're looking at it in 2 dimensions. You might not sit there and go, like with my little bouncing avatar here, you might not sit there and go, oh, the back of her head is brown hair. Maybe some flowers wrapping around because they're kind of at the edge there. You might not consciously think that. But if you did want to think that, you could figure that out relatively quickly and easily. Because that's just how human brains work. The problem with the whole flowers thing is when you see the 5 roses at the front of the vase, part of your brain goes, yes, and it's also on the back of the vase. The other problem, is that when a florist actually has to put that flower arrangement together, and they have to use the recipe of 5 roses in it, among the other stuff in that vase, they're putting some of those roses around to the back, which necessarily changes the composition from what is seen in the photo to what it's going to be in reality. Like, there is a very distinct disconnect there between the two. And so, yeah, you will pretty much not get the thing that you are envisioning via the photo. Just out of necessity, just out of the fact of how the arrangements work, how the 2D translates to 3D. And it's always so, like, I finish it and I look at it and I go, yeah, that's everything that's in the photo. Yeah, it sure does exist in a way that, kind of is like, Is this actually what was wanted, though? Oh, God. It's like, heck, I'm trying my best. I am absolutely trying my very best, but I am a little bit trapped by the actual reality of, you know, translating this recipe into something in reality and it not really looking like the photograph. I can get as close as I can, but there's always going to be a difference. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but I can imagine. It's just, there's a distinct difference sometimes between thing that you envision and thing that is in reality. Oops. But yeah, again, when I worked at the smaller flower shop where they weren't on a, one of those order systems, so they had to build their own website, they had to put their own stuff on it, all of that stuff. I think that the photos there, they did not look as polished. They did not look as extreme and clean and all that. But there was a certain kind of, I don't know if honesty is quite the word. You could see the photo of the arrangement, and it looked pretty close to what the arrangement was actually going to look like. You just could not, basically, from that one photo, see what was on the back of the arrangement if it was all the way around. So, you know, it could have, like, 5 roses, but you're only seeing 3 of them, like the 2 at the front and the 1 up high or something like that. The 2 at the back were pretty much hidden by maybe other flowers, maybe other greenery, things like that. And so it was just, it was a very different sort of thing. I don't like how gray this is coming out. Maybe I need to go get a color. But yeah, it's just different ways that it's, that the markety type stuff gets treated. And again, I will say that I guess the one upside of sorts to the whole, hey, we're gonna show, like, every single flower on the one side is that you do get to see every single flower that's in there. You just have to be aware that's what you're seeing. And, It's not exactly, like, education out about that, per se. You who are watching me now know that's broadly how that works and can probably make an educated guess next time you see a flower arrangement picture online. But the general public, that's not going to be a point of awareness. I'm going to do something dumb. I'm going to put one single gray tile in the middle of this just because I have the one stone left over. Ah. Checker pattern for the middle one. Maybe. I want to do that with paints, but I want some different colors, I think, if it's like this bit right here. Because the black, white, and gray I got for basically being monochrome, but I don't think I like the monochrome now. So, yeah. Whoops. Nope, incorrect. Bugger. All right. Yeah. I think I'm gonna come in with all my color paints just in case. Okay, let's see. We need to... I'm gonna put some stone pedestals right there, and probably right there once I get another one, and then wood ones, maybe painted colors. But right now, colors. Want colors. Definitely want colors. Also want to spruce up the outside of this a little bit. Oops. Bugger. There we go. Whee! Oh, I need to put stuff away first. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Okay. ridiculous amounts of paint and just kind of, I guess, see what happens. Right. I have never actually seen the Bee movie, if you believe that. I'm aware of memes around it. I wasn't aware that there was a florist. I am vaguely aware that the lady's a lawyer, I think. Something about suing humanity. And then I guess she had, like, a boyfriend? Is he the florist? Like, absolutely tell me about it, but, unfortunately, I can't come in with knowledge already intact, so... Okay. Yeah, most of my knowledge of him is him having that, fairly understandable reaction of craning his head around to give her a look when she's like, oh yeah, I'm suing humanity on, like, the bee's behalf. Is he treated as kind of an antagonist in the movie? Purple looks good. Whoops. Okay. So he's like the starting antagonist, but not the finishing antagonist. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could weigh in on him, but, yeah. Somehow I evaded that particular, cultural phenomenon. This is despite me generally liking and watching animated movies and such. Mostly, I know that one as the meme. I know that one as, look at this, I managed to put the entire script of the Bee movie into this thing that should not be able to hold the entire script of the Bee movie. Oh, and also for the, apparently factually erroneous assertion that they start with that bees shouldn't be able to fly aerodynamically. Like, wasn't that based on some, like, faulty understanding of aerodynamics or something? I don't quite remember details there. It's been a while since I read anything about that, but... And it was just an, oh, I guess that's neat sort of thing anyway. Yeah, not to default everything to my teal and blue, but I do like my teal and blue in here. Okay, I'm just gonna do different areas in different colors. This is gonna be just fine. Okay, if I were to do a checker pattern here, blue and yellow. Okay. Whoops. Oh well. Fixable. Okay. I might not know precisely what I'm doing, but boy am I doing it. Do you know what I kind of hoped to do for a Valentine's Florist stream? I kind of hoped to find some sort of florist or flower shop based game on Steam that it would not be like expensive or clunky or anything like that. Would be playable, might be fun. And I was kind of wanting to do something with that. Unfortunately, I just couldn't find one. And I don't know if it's just me being too picky. That's potentially a problem. Just because there's certain games or kinds of games that I really don't play well. Anything with like weird motion controls or cameras or anything like that, and I will get sick in first person, things like that. But also just nothing really seemed to be exactly what I was after. I feel like there is very much a niche out there for any game designers who want to like jump on top of it, because like I feel like the whole thing with oh hey, here's our new what's the term? Here's our new simulation game. Here is your grocery shop simulator. I saw that. Here's your truck driving simulator. Here's your, I'm gonna own a shop of trading cards. There is definitely room in there for Florist. Now, I guess to be fair, that might be more complicated than some of those others, just because Florist kind of comes prepackaged with things like, oh, we're gonna have to design flowers, and it's hard to, I can see why it would be hard to, I guess create something with that level of player input creativity expected. But another part of me is like, surely someone could figure that out. Someone could do it. Nobody has, or at least nobody has to the extent and style and thought that I was kind of expecting or looking for. So it's like, yes, surely this would be easy. No, probably not. Now, to be fair, I have no idea if I would, like, regularly want to play such a game beyond just, here's a little gimmick for Valentine's Day. Because, I guess the question then becomes, how close to real life and stuff like that do I really want to tread, right? Oh, I need stone blocks to make the decorative torches. I do need one. I do want those for that. I don't know. If it's a game, if it's fun, I'd play it. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like Animal Crossing... I feel like a lot of those games go in more for the gardening than the floristry, if that makes sense. If I'm, like, thinking of the right thing. Because I don't know, maybe it is more fun to be like, all right, we're gonna set up a garden. And we are going to breed the flowers and the flower colors and stuff like that. And maybe there's more of a gamification like aspect to that. Maybe it's easier to make into a game. I don't know. Well, I can't put the torch there. Okay, fine. But yeah, I imagine if you actually tried to do a flower shop type thing as a game, what sort of things would you run into as, like, challenges? I mean, there's just like, hey, make flower arrangements for your customers and that sort of thing. That's obvious, you know. That's pretty clear what would be needed for that. But then it's like, okay, so what's the gameplay loop? Just thinking of other, like, shop games. You have to order your stuff in, you have to order your stock, you have to, maybe you're limited by what's available per whatever level because game, but you have to get your stuff in. And then you have to take the orders, and then you have to fill the orders. Yeah, maybe something like those sorts of games. Where it's like, here's your list of ingredients, but they are flowers, and then you gotta assemble them. My museum is begun. And I shall make more stuff for it eventually, but for right now. These will hold various costume sets that I have acquired. I guess one of the biggest questions with the game sort of thing is, I guess, is there some sort of fail state? Or is there a grading sort of system? Like, I've seen some of those pop-up pizzeria things where it's, like, minigame based, and you're trying to get the timing right on the slider or whatever it is, in order to get the right, toppings or style of, I don't know, crust or something, amount of sauce, I don't know. I don't think there's quite an equivalent for flowers. Flowers is mostly about, like, I don't know, matching colors, matching a asked for recipe, matching a style that's requested. And unfortunately, that kind of wheels around into art, which is very subjective. Like, what one person loves, another person might hate. Maybe. At that point, though, you kind of gotta go, okay, so what counts as accurate? Like, if somebody sits here and goes, oh, I want a, I don't know, I want an elegant arrangement. Here is your dollars. Then, okay, what constitutes elegant? Certain kinds of flowers come to mind, definitely. You throw a lily in that thing, it's probably gonna up its points. If you just make it with daisies and carnations, it's not going to fill it, so that might be it. Arrangements tied to personality? Yeah, maybe. I could see that working if you want to throw actual, like, NPCs into the mix. Have some orders be from, like, randomly generated NPCs, but have some NPCs be hard-coded in as regulars. Just so you can be like, oh, hey, it's Sally, it's Susie Q again. I know that she loves it when I do an arrangement that has, like, pink roses in it. That always makes her happy, so I'm gonna do something with pink roses. As opposed to, oh god damn it, it's Jane again. She's never happy. Because there's always going to be those. I think that's I think that's almost a life advice thing. Never become the kind of person who, if you're a regular at a store, the employees look and see you coming and go, ah, no. Not again. You never want to become that. Ha! Oh, yeah, I've played Strange Horticulture. Love it. I'm looking forward to Strange Antiquities when it comes out. But, yep, good luck with work. Thanks for hanging out and asking some questions. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. This is an absolutely ridiculous arrangement of things and stuff, but it sure is something. Okay. I think what I want to do now is I need to plant things. And glow tulips will light this place up really well. That being said, some others might just look nice, so... do I want to just put glow tulips in here? You know what, for right now, what I do want is definitely to put this guy on here. Okay. I definitely want to put the Wild Warden, Pauldrons, and Mask onto a thing. Absolutely. Red slime figurine goes somewhere. I think I'm gonna go take those figurines back from places that I put them. I'll put other things on display there, it's fine. Okay. I'm accidentally in the wrong place. I went the wrong direction. I need to go up here. There we go. There's my violently rainbow museum. Okay. These are definitely going to get filled with more plinths and shelves as I go along, but for right now, I need to put my wildwood stuff on here. I never got wildwood pants. Oddly. The mushroom guys can go down here, I think. Though I need to put slimes somewhere as well. I don't know. Slime, you can go here for now. Right. Okay, then. I don't know if I can't make stone plinths or if I just missed that somewhere. I think the octarine workbench is going to take a while. Okay, let's see. I can put mushrooms in things, I can put glow tulips in things, and I think that's the way to do it. Mushrooms for decor, glow tulips for light. Look at that brilliance. Oh, bugger. Whoops. I tell you what, if they ever figure out how to engineer actual glowing flowers, that is going to be huge. They're going to be everywhere. You will not be able to escape them. Much like this. You will probably end up with them absolutely everywhere. Oh, I just barely, you know what? I could have put all the glow tulips in, but I kind of wanted to do a mushroom or two, so... Oh, you can't? You can't? Oh, okay then. Mushrooms aren't something I can put in there. I guess it's not cultivatable enough. Alright, so if I hadn't eaten that glow tulip by accident, I could have put every single one in single trip. But, welp, I'm going back for another glow tulip, I guess. Let's just get one from here. Okay. Woo! Let me pet the... Can I not pet? Fine. I think that the next thing to do... Well, the next thing to do is to upgrade some of these things. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, whoops. More of that. Range, not a lot. Yep. I really should do more fishing. Oh well. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about flower meanings. And how that's not really a thing anymore. Not really. Not to the same extent that it once was back with, like, the Victorians doing their wacky little, floral bouquet messages and stuff. And here's the thing about that. I've seen online, like, I think it started with a Tumblr post of somebody going, like, I want to say it was framed as almost a writing prompt. Like, okay, I go into a florist shop, I slap $20 down on the counter or something like that, and I go, how do I say, screw you with flowers? Like, how do I say, like, you're the worst? That sort of thing. And I've seen some answers to that. And they range from basically going, oh, here's a flower that means you're the worst. Here's a flower that means I hate you. Here's a flower that means go away. And that might be all well and good. But there is a problem with that. And that is that back when all those meanings and stuff were created, it was basically a fad of some kind. People were running around with little, like, they had their little guidebooks on this means this and that means that. And then they used those. And so when they were making the flower bouquets, they'd use it. When they were receiving them, they'd use it, that sort of thing. But here's the thing. People don't really, like, have those guidebooks anymore. Sure, you can look it up online. You might be able to find a book that has it, or a booklet that has it, but it's not common anymore. And so you're losing all of your impact of making that message if the recipient doesn't understand it, or doesn't realize that the message is there in the first place. And so it doesn't really work to approach it from that direction. Not unless you absolutely know that the person receiving the flowers, god damn it, that the person receiving the flowers is somebody who will read those meanings into it, who will look it up and go, what does this flower mean? Yes, I know what the intended message is. Like, that needs to be something that is very much, like, understood between, you and the person you're sending the hate flowers to. Otherwise, it just does not work. So, okay, that's the problem with that approach. Another approach that I've seen in answer to this hypothetical question is, okay, so you get the thorniest roses you can, you wrap them up with, like, some greens or other things, other flowers that really grab on and retain moisture so that they get moldy. You spritz them all down with water so to encourage that mold growth. You get like some of the stinkiest flowers that are out there. You get the messiest flowers, the flowers that are gonna go rotten and mushy and stuff like that real fast. And you wrap it all up and then you hand it to them so that they, like, prick their hands up and it's a big mess and it's just awful. And, okay, I get where you're coming from there. Some flowers and some greens and stuff are genuinely kind of atrocious just to work with because of the thorns, because of the mess, because they leave a lot of stuff behind or they break easily or things like that. But even that's kind of got one problem with it. And that is that, in the end, all flowers are going to rot. All flowers are going to mold. There will be something that goes wrong with them. That is an inevitability. You cannot avoid that. Not really. Sure, you can get flowers that last longer than others. And you can, like, prioritize that for sure. But eventually, everything goes away. No matter how nice the flower was, no matter how well-meant the thought was. So if you can't necessarily rely on the whole Victorian flower language thing to get your message across, and you can't rely on messiness to get the message across, what then? Oh, I can get a large watering can. And I think the answer to that is a very potentially disappointing, it can't be done. Like, you want to express to somebody, I hate you, with flowers. Flowers are so broadly and unilaterally at this point in our modern culture and society an expression of care and love that I don't think you can actually effectively say anything else anymore. Somebody doesn't look at orange lilies in a bouquet and go, oh, they hate me. They look at orange lilies in a bouquet and they go, oh, my favorite color. Oh, how pretty. Oh, they thought of me. And if it's somebody who knows that you don't care about them, then at worst they're sitting there like, what the hell are they up to? Is this like an apology for something? What's going on? They aren't going to sit here and go, ah, an expression of hate from my nemesis, just as expected. So yeah, I honestly, while it's a fun little thought exercise and you can be kind of creative in your responses and stuff, I think the premise of it is a little bit flawed. It misses out on what flowers and gifting flowers means and has become. Can I just genuinely say, in this game, I have no idea where I am at this point. I know I could open the map and figure it out relatively quickly, and I know I have to go south in order to get back to home base. Yeah, but this is a... Oh no, I think I know where I am. I'm gonna have to come back here and pick up a whole bunch of stuff I had to leave behind. Isn't that just the way? I think they're about to throw spears at me from down there. Yep. Cat. Do what you must. Okay. Let's get out of here. Oh boy. Oh good, I can eat on the go. Perfect. Oh, I've got so much Scarlet Ore. I need to get that going. We're gonna be pretty set on that as far as that goes. Okay. Good, good. Not what I'm after, thank you. Alright. Seeds, food, decor, the gear goes in there. Valuable. Stardew Valley, spring. It's a big world outside. Composition music. I have not been able to do the music very well in this game. I am not a musician. I do visual arts. I love music. I cannot make music. I will kind of sing and hum along to things. 2x2 tiles. Nice. Okay. I'm about to reconfigure some things. But yeah, I'll sing and hum along. I don't think I'm bad at, like, memorizing songs, like, just picking up on... Can I? No. Okay. Kind of memorizing and remembering lyrics and things. I can do that in other languages. As long as I've got a, audio example to actually follow. But yeah, I cannot actually do musical composition. And oftentimes when people are like, oh yes, listen to this music that has, you know, this element and that element and this other thing, I just kind of, I nod along and go, okay, yeah, cool, that's neat. Trumpets and trombones, you say? All right. Oh, that's a viola, huh? I never would have known. There's a shared motif here? If you say so. I have trouble picking things apart, I think, when I get sound. Anyway, also, I can't read or follow notes. And these things are like, hey, do you want to, like, play something? Like, here, let me just go over here. So. It's not very loud. Very quiet. But this is fine for, like, listening to it. Here's the thing. Not doing that. You can make your own. Here's a problem, though. I don't know what I'm doing. I will randomly hit keys. And that's a little bit of a problem with the little puzzle rooms where there are notes on the door. I have strong-armed them by just kind of hitting notes until something lights up, and then kind of guessing where it rises and falls from there based on where the notes are on the structure. That does not mean that I am actually reading the notes. It means that I am trial and erroring it until it lets me through. We all play games in different ways, I guess. Can I sell you? Good. I don't need that many copies. Oh boy. Alright, let's go back up there and collect some things. But yeah, on the whole, like, Florist thing as a game, I have for quite a while had an idea for such a game. And I don't know if it's so much like, I have an idea for a game, I want to make it. And some part of me, well, yes, wants to make, but another part of me is just like, I know I don't have the kind of time and resource and knowledge and everything required for that. The RPG Maker stuff is on super sale right now and some of it's free, but I've had like RPG Maker MV for like years now. Experimented a little bit, but I've never been able to actually finish something in it. I'm too easily distracted by the dozens of other things that I want to do and try and make, and I just don't have the focus for it. Anyway, I have for a very long time had an idea for a Florist-y based, like, almost RPG sort of thing. Oh god, oh god, oh god. You can't catch me. I'm too fast. Hoo hoo hoo. Can't stop me. For a Florist-y based RPG sort of game. But, as of yet, I just have not found the time and knowledge and wherewithal and everything to actually do anything with that. It is purely an idea. And, I don't know, maybe it'll never see the light of day. Probably it'll never see the light of day. But just like taking RPG mechanics and instead of having like fight encounters, you've got your little flower cart and you have, I don't know, customer encounters, put it that way, and it sounds really scary. Customer encounter of the ninth degree. They have a complaint. The pink bouquet wasn't pink enough, it had purple, how dare it have purple. Yeah. But yeah, customer encounters where you have to fulfill their little, like, flower wishes and, like, I don't know, something with raising the mood of a place, something about the town being really gray when you start out and, like, livening up the more things you fulfill, and you just kind of work up the levels of the town until you're up at the castle, and, I don't know, terminally depressed, royal folk. God damn it. No! Fixie problems. I don't know. Fix problems with flowers. Of course it could work. It could work. Could absolutely work. Has a vagueness. It's a vague thought in my head. And it's the kind of thing where it's like, I don't know what the mechanics would exactly be because I don't know what's going to be easiest, but I know certain principles of flowers and flower design and stuff. I could absolutely make something, some sort of, like, concept, I think, where you're like, oh yeah, in order to be a effective or correct bouquet, it should have minimum this many flowers, or this kind of flower, or something like that. Like, or at the very least, there could be, like, if not an element system, then a flower type system, maybe? Because you've got focal flowers. Those are your big, like, main point ones, big attractions. That's your single rose, your Gerber daisy, your Fujimum. That sort of thing. Then you've got, I don't know if there's an exact term for it. I think of it as, like, spray flowers. It's the sort of thing where it's like, okay, that's your bunch of daisies. That's your bunch of alstroemeria. The stuff that, maybe doesn't exist as, like, a singular flower. It kind of comes in groupings on a single stem. Mini carnations, that kind of thing. Then you have filler flowers, which is stuff like Baby's Breath, Caspia, Solidago, the really, really fine sort of flowers. Whew, that thing did not survive. Oh, I think I'm slowed on these tiles. Oh, mold infection. I don't like that. Cool. But yeah, and then you have filler flowers, and then you have line flowers, which are things like your snapdragons, your liatris, your larkspur, delphiniums, stuff like that. Stuff that kind of goes up tall and high, but typically has like multiple flowers on the stem again. I don't know, I feel like there's something that can be done game-wise with those kinds of categories being things that kind of already exist. I don't know what is the problem. Well, it's one of many problems. The other of many problems is I don't know how to make game. I do not know how to make game fun. And I am so easily distracted by other shiny things. Okay, let's risk the mold. Okay, I'm out of inventory space again. God damn it. You know, what I should probably do is just set up a whole bunch of chests. And run around and fill them. Just like, here's the stuff. Here's all the stuff that I've been picking up. And then I'll take the most important stuff back when I've got time to just ferry things back and forth. Oh, stationary drill. Right. It's a whole entire thing. Ah, he hit me. Okay. Oh, that's a whole mold-infected, little zombie cabling, that's what that is. Yeah, he's good. Huh. Okay. Well. Welp. Okay. So I think what I need to do at this point is, number one, kind of get out of here. And number two, make some chests. Oh, that's a... Nope. There we go. Anything I can pick up here? And not over much. Okay, so, like, what's the main point of a Florist game? There's a couple of ways you can go about that, I think. One of them is the... Oh, treasure. One of them is... Ooh, treasure, the pure capitalist side of things, where you are doing the flower shop thing. You're doing a shop simulator, you're just focusing on flowers as the thing of choice. And so, basically, the goal is build up the flower shop and, like, turn profit and make it bigger and expand and that sort of thing. It's a little bit more of the, oh, what's the game? What's the game? I cannot think of example. It's not Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley, the point isn't necessarily make a ton of money, though you could certainly make it so. The point of Stardew Valley, I think, is customizing and creating that farm in a way that satisfies you. And if what satisfies you is optimizing for maximum profits, then you can absolutely play Stardew Valley like that. You know what I mean? But I think that the impetus of Stardew Valley is a lot more, hey, I've got an absolute ton of XYZ resource. And I've got a ton of space, and I'm gonna, like, make sure that all of the crops have their space, and it's just gonna look so good, and stuff like that. I don't think that you necessarily play Stardew Valley to go, hey, I've won capitalism in the game. At least I don't. So I could be generalizing. So that's one approach, is the successful shop, is the rags to riches, start at like 10 gold and a piece of lint and a broken down storefront, and eventually upgrade it to the point where you are making tons of money, and maybe almost travelers resting it to some extent. You know, hiring other people to kind of do things automatically for you, that kind of thing. That would be one approach. I'm gonna just passively kill enemies by standing here. That's it, come closer. Another approach could potentially be more on the, I guess more on the community-based side of, say, Stardew Valley and that sort of thing. Where it's not so much, I'm going to make a ton of money doing this thing. It's more, alright, I am going to create something with all these NPCs. I am going to build a community up with these NPCs. I'm going to solve these NPCs' problems. I am going to, like, I'm going to fix things for them. That kind of thing. Gear. Food. I should probably have put valuables in here. And that's, I think, more of a, I don't know if it's emotionally based, maybe? The sort of thing where it's like, oh, I have come to care about these computer NPCs, and I'm gonna get to know them, and, maybe there's room in there for your, oh god! For your, romance-based sort of game, or game aspect, or something like that. I don't know. More NPC-based, more person-based, if that makes sense. And then there's just the weird fusion thing that I had in mind, which is almost like an RPG with quests and goals and that sort of thing. Like, okay, yeah, you're a florist. You want to save the world about it? I think that would be fun. Okay, let's just pick up all this junk. Fungi seed, huh? Do I want them? Are they useful? Maybe, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Mold-covered chest. Oh, that sounds bad. Alright, let's get out of here. Can I break that? I can. Mold pillar. Ugh. Oh, my mining damage is too low to take that. Alright, fine. Is my inventory already full again? Alright, well then. You know, strange horticulture, I think, has an interesting aspect, thinking about it, that you could apply to a very specifically Florist game. Strange horticulture is not itself Florist-based. It's more live plants. It's more, it's almost bordering on, like, an apothecary sort of situation. With just because of the number of people who come in and go, oh, I am suffering from this, that, or the other thing. I want to have this fixed. I want to have this done. Oh god, plus food minus health. We'll consider that later. Huh. Poison aid potion. Weird. I thought I broke it open already. Did I not? Okay, there we go. Petal ring. Larger harvests. Okay. I have been so thoroughly distracted by the game that, yeah, I don't talk and play very well at the same time. I don't know what I was, yammering on about most recently at this point. I think it was games. I think it was the idea of Florist games. At least that's what I remember recently-ish. Heck it. Oh, that's right, guys. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. You can do it. Come on. Oh yeah, strange horticulture. It's almost more apothecary type gameplay, just because of the number of people who come to you like, oh, I have this problem, I have this malady, I have this, that, the other thing, give me something that fixes it, and then you have to cross-reference the abilities of certain plants in your book, and so on and so forth. Like, you could probably get some kind of Florist game type thing going on that concept, that being said. By bringing in something akin to what I was talking about earlier with the whole, the Victorian, flower language thing. By just leaning so hard into that, whether you use real flowers and real flower language or not, and just going, okay, so, in this world, this flower really does, literally, not just mean something like, kindness or love or whatever. It actually, like, embodies or causes those emotions. And so if you want to basically affect somebody in this positive or maybe even negative way, you give them a little posy of these flowers. And so then you could potentially have people come to you, like, going like, oh, hey, you know, I have this person and I want to give them this thing. I want to express this to them with these flowers. So you were the florist, give me a little posy of these kinds of flowers. Give me a posy that will have this effect. Now, I wouldn't want to go in so far as, like, it's a love potion, a red rose will make them fall in love with you, because that gets a little, that gets a little iffy. It gets a little weird, you know? When you can, like, in theory within a game, force somebody to, regard you in that way. Like, let's not touch that. So I'm not quite sure where you would want to draw the line narratively to make sense of that kind of thing. But, like, you kind of get where what I'm talking around, perhaps, with the whole, ooh, I could feed that to the animal. Feed it. with the whole concept of, going, yeah, okay, here is the expression of here's an expression of health, a wish for good health. You know, Grandma's been feeling under the weather. Can I have the bouquet of hope you're feeling better? Because it, to some extent, at the very least, does genuinely help. That kind of thing. Go whole, you could go the dark florist route and take things from people who are like, you know what, this person I do not like, and I want them to just kind of go away. Can you give them the bouquet of bad luck? The bouquet of bad regard? Huh. Okay, that connects back up here. Okay, cool. Well, I'm about to see a whole bunch of these kind of little, larva guys show up along this way now. They do tend to wander in paths that I open. Okay. I love how I've gone from, hey, I'm just gonna talk about, like, actual real-life florist things to vent slightly from my job being heckin' something else right now, to, I'm gonna speculate about what kind of florist-based games could potentially exist if only someone would make them. I think a thing here would be, what kind of florist-based game would I want to play as well? And I'd say there's not really a single, like, clear good answer to that. Because I do play, I don't know, a fair number of kinds of games. Not tons. There's certain ones that I don't mess with, but I think those are also ones, like, I don't know, first-person shooter. How would you do a first-person shooter that's florist-based? I mean, you could do it aesthetically, but I think that the core concept would perhaps get a little bit lost. So, like, moot point, you know what I mean? With that sort of thing. That being said, there's probably something that can be done with various kinds and styles of games that would make sense. Dang. Full. You know what? I'm gonna pull that out and put that in. There we go. You know what? I think I want to drive in a straight line as far back as I can. Let's just see if I can do it. But yeah, I'd play a Stardew Valley style of, or Traveler's Rest style of florist game, potentially, where the point is, like, a combination of, like, decorating up a shop sort of thing. I like customization options, that sort of thing. Oh, bugger. He was right there. Yeah, customize up a place, create your thriving little, business or as the case may be, farm. Because, what can I say? In reality, florist and greenhouse, two very different things. In reality. But in the fantasy of a computer game, there's no reason why they couldn't be, combined. Oh, goddamn. Oh, that could be a problem. But yeah, no reason you couldn't combine them and go, okay, for this, your fantasy florist character is going to be also growing flowers. You have your own greenhouse, and you grow your own stock. Because then you're also getting the little farming game sort of style of thing. God, he's still alive. Not anymore. And heck, I can go for a good farming game. I do like them. Bugger. Squish. Corrupt Warden Tunic. That's new. So yeah, I could play something like that. Let's see, what else is there? I stopped going straight because I saw a precious mineral. I can't pick it up. Dang. Well, you know what? I don't think I need kelp. It's fine. The trash receptacle is really just a spare inventory slot until and unless you actually hit the little trash can thing. Until and unless you flush it, it stays. Ugh. I think I've already been up here. Ha! Catch me if you can. Okay, so there's that kind of thing. There's the vague concept I've talked about before, where if you somehow manage to make a florist RPG sort of thing, where instead of, like, traditional RPG combat, you are, you're trying to, like, get people's flowers, and you're doing quests related to that and stuff like that, I could do that. I could do, potentially... Oh, come on, they don't get snared, that's unfair. I could do potentially a game where it's like... Eep! Where, like, you go on quests. You go on quests to discover, like, lost flowers or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. Nope, nope, nope. God, I hate these things. So much. I don't know. Floral quests. I think it's got potential. Somewhere in there. Buried, hidden, perhaps deeply. Who could say? There's a candy bar there. Throw the switch. Hey, a stationary drill already set up for me. It's so good. It's so nice. Alright, I've got a whole bunch of enemies up there and I need to be prepared. So yeah, I think you could make a florist game that you can 100% make a life sim sort of thing. That's easy. Slightly more difficult. RPG, quests, exploration, potentially. I feel like you could get away with some exploration based on flowers and nature and stuff, 100%. It's perhaps a little more difficult, but you could do it. Yeah, try and shoot me. Go for it. Oh, they pop up out of the brush. Mean little things. Oh god. Oh no. Stupid plant. I didn't see it. Ha! Anyhow. Oh, another scarlet pickaxe. Look at that. Well, I'll take the scarlet ore. Unfortunately, I've already got the pickaxe, so I'm good there. I appreciate how much ore there is around here, and also the fact that they gave me a stationary drill next to this thing that I don't have to set up myself. It's so good. So appreciated. Let's widen this area out a little bit. What sort of games could you not make that fit the Florist vibe? Not really, or at least not without some very heavy creative liberties being taken. I say it again, first-person shooter, that kind of thing. I don't know how you do it aside from just being like, oh yeah, it's just flower-themed. Not Florist, but flower-themed. Which point it's like, not so much, hey, Florist, as it could be garden, it could be anything like that. Garden or greenhouse, that kind of thing. So it's basically Stardew Valley and you're shooting carrots out of a gun. I don't know. So that's, I think, a harder sell. I feel like you'd have a harder time. You could make a horror game. It would... Ow. My headphones. That's what happens when I shift and adjust and, like, a limb catches in the fork of the headphone wire. Anyhow, you could make a horror game. It would not be something I would play. But, heck... At that point, horror game isn't so much about the thing that it wouldn't be about Florist. It would just use that as a setting. That's all. That's all. So, does that count? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. You could do something with it. I'd say that you'd have to do some work to make it be actually about being a florist. That being said, there are some real weird games. Things like, I don't know, Subnautica, perhaps. What's that, Dredge or something like that, where it's like, we're getting real eldritch with this, and it's like, it is ocean exploration. It is fishing. And so it is very much, I'd say as much potentially about the thing that is the framework as the eldritch horror abomination itself. You know what I mean? That being said, I suspect you have an easier time making fish in the ocean horrifying than flowers. You could do it, though. You could do it. I'd say zombie apocalypse you could have a little trouble with. Ooh, unless, okay, this is me not coming up with something original myself. This is me being aware of something that I've seen online that somebody else came up with. And that is the concept of, okay, what if a zombie apocalypse story, but the way you defeat them, as it were, is you, they're attracted to bad smells, to rot, to decay. And so you want to keep a place, like, clean and fresh smelling. And they become docile if they have flowers draped over them or something in almost a funerary rite sort of way. You could do some kind of zombie apocalypse thing where, that is how you defeat the zombies. You have to get close enough to drape a wreath of flowers on them. You have to find the flowers, harvest the flowers, grow them, arrange them in the wreaths and stuff. It would not be so much florist, per se, because the goal of it is very different. But I think you can do something with that kind of concept. I don't know. It's not my concept, though. I gotta... stupid plant! I'm stuck! I hate them so much. Oh, I hate them so much. I went from straight from one to another. Right. I think it's probably about time to head back to base soon. I don't need all this greenery, but I'm clearing it out anyway. Sitting here like, okay, I gotta head back soon.
But what about these?
But what about this mess I'm leaving behind? What is that? Okay, something's on the ground. I don't like that. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Oh, right. That's a hedge maze. I don't have time for that. Let me see if I can scoot past it. Okay, not quite. Someday I will hollow this thing out entirely, and I will just be able to see the dimensions of the maze itself. It'll be fine. It'll be great. I won't need to worry. Not a damn thing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Back towards home. Home we go. Okay. So here's the thing. I want to take everything that I can carry from this. Okay, that one's empty. Okay, it just empties out onto the floor if I try to grab something and I don't have the space for it. That's alright. Whatever. I'll come back for it as soon as I can. Right now, I'm just taking whatever I can, so hopefully I only have to do a few trips. A couple of trips. Maybe three. Maybe 3 trips. Alright. Oh, that's the way to go. God, they've congregated there. I think that a Florist type game sort of thing would lend itself fairly well to a couple of things. There's creativity-based gameplay, and then there's also knowledge-based gameplay. I think there's also skill-based. I'm not so sure it would go with that, because skill-based tends to be about the skill of pressing the right buttons at the right time, inputs, that sort of thing. And that usually would come into, like, a quick-time minigame, that kind of thing. And so I don't think that would necessarily be the category, unless that is absolutely the direction you'd want to go with the structure of it, if that makes sense. It's me purely spitballing here. Whoop, food. Food goes up here. Yeah. Okay. Ancient feather. I like them, but I don't know what to do with them. Got a wood fence. I need to hatch that for sure. Corrupt warden tunic. Cool. Ooh, minion count and minion damage. I think that might be my next level thing for my, instead of my chieftain set. Nice. Old spore mask is valuable, so that will just be sold. Same with the hard thorn. Okay, I think I've got things pretty well sorted at this point. God, it's like, how many of those little how many of those statues do you want? You can have all of them. Okay. Let's take a look real quick. Item level 5 chieftain tunic. I've got +8 magic berry, +1 max minion count. The thing is, I've got a 2 set here that gives me +2 max minion count, which does outweigh this. But that does give me extra minion damage as well as max health and max mana. Okay. I need Corrupt Warden gear, and I think some of it might still be up there, so I'm gonna see how it goes when I go and get that. Let's just put all of the ancient feathers in here, because I like them. Right. Oh, I have a second Sherman Brute figurine. Interesting. I can sell these valuables. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and get down here and pull that out, and I'll see what color I got. So I found out that these have color variations. Look at him, he's brown. He's so cute. He's adorable. Look at all of these. I'm gonna have a full set if I have any say about it. Anyway, there was a bird egg up there that I could not get earlier, and I don't know where it is now, so that's gonna be fun. Let's see. Sell them. Nice. Okay. What else do I want to buy from you? I could probably do a whole bunch of Guardian Beast statues. You know what? Screw it. I'll just do a bunch of those and scatter them around. Eventually I'll just get a bunch of wallpaper lanterns and maybe the trees and stuff. Why not? There we go. We'll just use up all of the money there. Ba-dum. You know what? Nah. We're just gonna put some decorative things around the place. Because that's what they're there for. Making stuff look nice. Making stuff look interesting. That's the whole idea. The whole idea. Oh, I need to put wool away somewhere. Probably up here. Okay. Maybe one of these days I'll spruce up that area some as well. Ooh, I think that the potted tree should go in here somewhere. It is very thematically appropriate. And it looks nice. Same thing with the wall lanterns. I think they should go on the entrances. Yes. Now. Let's put these things in somewhere. Hee hee! Perfect. They frame us up. Now, I think one here and one here is just dandy. Look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So pretty. Someday I'll get this thing its own proper place. Like, that thing deserves an area. Not necessarily a house, but an area for sure. For the most part, I've got things fairly well lit. So at this point, the lanterns are really just pure decoration. Which, you know, fair enough, but eh. Alright, I'm just going to put them in there for future use. For right now, we've got a ton of other stuff to pick up there. Alright, let's go. Huh. Nice. I'm gonna have to make another trip. Let's go! I think my presence going up and down this track has attracted all of those cavelings to that adjacent area, where I just see their little red eyes in the darkness. It is something else. You know what I should do? I should just have chests lined up here as receiving, so I don't have to run down here constantly and organize and feel like I have to organize everything. Stuff can just be, like, plopped places. And I will worry about organizing it at another time. Oh no, it's full. Well, darn. Alright. Time to, I guess, have a second wooden chest there. Or other kind of chest there. You know what? Ancient chest. Ancient chest can hold stone-based things. And I think that will work out okay. Oh, that's not stone-based. Put it back. Where'd it go? It's out. It's whatever. It's whatever. It's whatever. Mold pillar. You can go in. You're roughly stone-based. You look like it. Paintable floor can go in the wood one, though. Paintable, I'll leave the decorative pot in there. That's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Good enough. Alright. Mold tree. You know, it's not really my, aesthetic preference. But sure, you mold stuff, whatever. It looks different at least. That's valuable. Okay. I gotta find out what happens when I cook with those mold things. I'm gonna have to do a little experimentation with that. Weird as it is. Okay. Go and sell some valuables real quick. You can have a little charm. There we go. Okay, put the food away, put the coin away, and go get the last of the stuff and see if I can have a full outfit or not. Alright. Zoom! God, I want to put down spike traps in that area so badly. Okay. Alright, I think that's everything. Let's go! And I'm gonna put those wooden chests down at the other end of my rail tunnel. Just for quick drops. Disorganized, messy, quick drops. There's so many of them. Because I do have the halfway point for dropping stuff, but I think in hindsight, it's a lot easier to just zoom all the way down. Okay, mercenary pants aren't quite what I'm after. But, alright, let's just go ahead and place those here. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Hold on. Are these... Corrupt Warden. Okay. 3 set is extra minion critical hit chance instead of extra minion count. It's more damage, though. I just need the Corrupt Warden mask. Hunter hood, mercenary pants, not quite. Mercenary headband. I'll save some of these things. Just in case. And I did get a key for this, so I want to find out what goodies are in here. Okay, so first things first. Let's go to our valuables. Let's get that. Let's do this. Open up. A large bomb. A rare candy. Boost experience. Hunter cloak. Okay. Cool. Alright. Now what I really need to do is organize and sort everything. Everything I possibly can. Gold ore can go in there. Okay. Oh, a lively egg. Gotta hatch that too. New kind of moldy chest can go in there. I will go ahead and use the rare candy. Pop things in there. Okay. Petal ring can go in my gardening area. Just in case I ever think or remember to actually use it. Okay. Mercenary corrupt. I don't need an extra mercenary headband, ring of rock. Mold web will keep. Because I'm going to put those on mannequins. Okay. Okay. We're gonna try the Corrupt Warden stuff, I guess. Let's see how it goes. So I put that on. My mana is way up. My mana and health are way, way up. So here's the question now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I can only have 3 minions at a time instead of 4. But, boy can I throw them out there with this mana.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Well. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go and put that stuff onto mannequins. Okay. So I think that this goes here. Yeah. I'll put these here. Mercenary. I don't have a great place for it, per se. I don't care too much, so that'll go here. Mold. Okay, and these are spare things that I can just kind of get rid of. That can go in planting stuff. Okay. Oh, nope, not that, not that. There we go. God, I've got a lot of scrap parts. I think I'm pretty good for, like, repairing things. Okay. Yeah, none of that is gonna run out anytime soon. There we go. I think that one of the last things for now, unless anybody comes in and goes, hey, I've got a florist question, is I'm gonna do some in-game cookery. I need to find out what happens when I cook with the spore things. What kind of nonsense does that come up with? So, to that end, I've got 2 puffungi. I'll put one with a larva meat just because I have it here. Maybe the other with a bloat oat? Let's see. The puffungi is +6 food, -23 health. Larva is health per second. Health per second, health per second. I think most of these are health per second. That's blue glow. Yeah. It's either food or health per second plus a little food. As a base, at a base thing. I'm gonna put it with a bomb pepper, because both of those are plus some food but minus some health. And I just want to see what happens. It's not going to be exactly that. I know that just because of the number of things I've done bomb peppers with. But I want to find out. So first, let's do the larva meat and find out what this monstrosity is going to be. God, I feel like we're basically doing the fermentation foods or something like that. Puffy meat steak. Health per second, food, critical hit chance, and reduced damage taken from bosses. Okay. We're basically doing the controlled spoilage method of making food at this point, I think. We're making cheese. We're making mold-based cheese. Please tell me this is a cheese. Yeah, spicy mold cheese. Okay. We just made pepper jack, but moldy. Alright, reduce damage from bosses. Okay, I think that's what the Pufungi do, is reduced damage from bosses. Cool. Cool. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be me good for today. We just hit the 3-hour mark on the stream. I talked some flower stuff. I talked game stuff in relation to flower stuff. And yeah, I think that's enough for now. Well, good luck to anybody who has anything to do with Valentine's Day this year. Whether it's you, I don't know, giving someone flowers or getting them or anything of the sort. Just good luck. And you have a good one and have a great rest of February. Because while I'm going to be uploading some videos I pre-recorded on Fridays, I think this is going to be it for streams for this month. So, I'll be back in March. Till then, bye.